Why am I getting an echo in OBS Studio? Ah! Do you guys remember Anki Overdrive? For me as a kid, I always wanted to try Anki Overdrive, but it was always one of those toys that was just always out of my price range, you know, like I could never afford to actually play it. But I wouldn't be making this video if I hadn't have gotten my hands on it. Right here, this bad boy. Before we actually get into the physical part of this video, I'm gonna go over a little bit about the history of Anki. Anki was an American robotic startup company that put robotics technology in products for children, and in 2013 would unveil a new toy that would break the mold and create a new experience for those who tried it. Anki Drive. Anki Drive was a very simple concept. It took freaking Hot Wheels, strapped an IR camera to the bottom of them so that you can physically drive them on predetermined tracks. Of course, they didn't actually take Hot Wheels, like they built their own frames and stuff, but just to bring into scale like how small these things are. And if all that wasn't enough for you, you could make your cars shoot each other. Imagine Mario Kart, but in your living room floor. No, not that one, not that one. This was before that one. Anyway, a few years go by, and suddenly it's 2015, and Anki had been cooking up something even better than Anki Drive. Anki Overdrive. It's basically the same thing with new characters, new lore, and a freaking modular track system so you weren't stuck to the same 4 different predetermined tracks. If you can actually afford to get more track pieces, that is. For some reason, they only ever sold those in sets of 2. So if you wanted to get like 8 track pieces, you were going to have to spend upwards of like $100. That's kind of nuts. Don't even get me started on the cars themselves, because those individual little cars costed $50. That, or you just buy another starter kit for about $80. But anyway, we'll go over the where are they now section after I show you what its current state is like in 2023. So let's just get right into this. Welcome to my floor. So here we got camera number 2, and we got camera number 1, and we're gonna see this race, and yeah, we're gonna do this together, guys. We're gonna win this. Alright guys, so here we got the Anki Overdrive app. It's pretty dang dated. It does not work online. Anyway, so we're gonna go to open play, we're gonna go to race. Let's go 15 laps, sure, why not? I'm gonna choose my car, Skull, which is the red one, the one that's all the way over there. And then we're just gonna add a bunch of random commanders. So I press that button, and then they begin to scan the track. They kind of figure out where the pieces go and how it's all built together. Once they're done doing that, they're gonna line up at the starting line. Oh, one of them, they smashed into each other. Oh god, they're not they're not doing a good job of demonstrating how this works. Come on, actually line up like how you're supposed to. Alright, there we go.
Race begins in 3, 2, 1.
Alright, so now I just have to win. Oh jeez. Oh, I already fell off the track. Basically, I'm not winning right now. It's a little bit hard to describe exactly what's going on as I'm doing this, but I can't explain this when they keep falling off the dang track every 5 seconds. Post-edit Chris here. After I recorded this bit, I noticed that I didn't really do a good job explaining how all this works, so I'm voicing over this section to give a little bit of context as to what's going on. Each car has stats that influence how it performs on the track and in combat. As such, Ground Shock is faster but weaker in terms of firepower, and Skull is slower but tougher. Each vehicle has an arsenal of weapons that range from simulated bombs that you can plant on the track to long-range sniper guns. But what they all have in common is that they all draw power from the car's main power source, which also acts as its health. And when you lose all your health, your car stops dead in its tracks while it tries to recover. Alright, now that you got a basic understanding on how this works, let's jump back into the video. Okay, yep, that's not good. So, as you can tell, it's a little bit difficult to keep them on the track sometimes, but when it works pretty dang well. I'm going backwards. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I guess I won. Well, that didn't exactly go as planned, but as you can see, this game is definitely past its golden age, as now the cars have begun to show their age by dying extremely fast and even flying off the track for no reason. Some cars even come dead out of the box like the one that my friend gave me, so that probably has you wondering,
What happened to Anki? Well, despite it seemingly gaining a cult following, Anki as a company would file for bankruptcy after losing a critical round of funding. They would later be acquired by Digital Dream Labs, or DDL for short. So DDL expressed much interest in expanding and also improving upon Overdrive's legacy, even going as far as to tackle Overdrive's biggest problem, the battery life. In 2020, they announced a update to the cars that would basically allow them to run across a specific track piece to charge up the battery, basically like wireless charging. This extension would be the basis to this new version of Overdrive called InfiniDrive. The future seemed bright for both DDL and Overdrive. So, where's InfiniDrive now? I don't need to sit here and explain to you how 2020 affected both companies and also regular people and normal everyday people, but for DDL, they were likely impacted a lot. It would forever shape the future of InfiniDrive, but not necessarily in a bad way, but I'll go into that later. So after DDL silently announced InfiniDrive on their YouTube channel to little reception, they were completely silent about it for about a year, only posting about Overdrive's cooler cousins Vector and Cosmo, which, if you don't already know what those are, I will probably go over them in a separate video, but for now, let's just talk about Overdrive. So, is that it? Was Overdrive just destined to become one of those forgotten but cool toys of their age? And was InfiniDrive also just doomed to end? Not exactly. On October of 2021, they posted this. Basically, it's a live presentation of them talking about updates to their products and stuff. And lo and behold, there it was, InfiniDrive. They would later go on to post 2 more of these, which go into even more detail on InfiniDrive and also what they're planning to add to it. Speaking of which, let's get into that. The year is now 2024, and so far we have a pretty good idea of what to expect from InfiniDrive. Some notable features are external controller support for those who prefer to use a physical controller instead of using the little finicky touch controllers. Near infinite battery life with the addition of the rechargeable battery base that comes with the new cars. AR support, so then you can see explosions and also the guns that are actually mounted onto your cars in real time. Using AR, you can also create a virtual environment around your track that's adaptive, so then it kind of changes depending on what your track looks like. They even have future plans to add support for XR headsets like the Quest 3, which has a very good, if not underutilized, mixed reality feature. And even remote multiplayer to allow you and a friend to be able to build the same track in 2 different places and play remotely. Of course, this would require a decently modern phone. You can't play this on your grandma's flip phone. But yeah, this idea was likely pitched during the pandemic when we were all very unsure about when we would ever see each other again. I don't personally see myself using this feature, but it's still a cool thing to have. And as for what's in store for the future of Overdrive, right now it seems like their focus is on updating the current software by restoring access to the app on Google Play and also removing the paywall off of the App Store version. After that, they're planning on releasing the first batch of rechargeable clips, which basically clip onto the bottom of your car to allow you to recharge your vehicle as it's going around the track. And this will work for all of the older models of the cars. The newer models will already have those built in. While most of these features are still a long ways away according to their latest video, it's still crazy to me to see how much love and attention they're putting into this dumb little car game that came out in 2015. And that's it. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye! Using AR, you can also create a... But remember, that was just a theory. Okay!